The notification appeared on my laptop at 3:25 a.m. while I was finishing a project proposal for work. A Facebook message from someone named Tyler Bennett, a name I didn't recognize. The preview showed an image attachment and 6 words. "Dude, you need to see this." I almost deleted it. Almost. Instead, I clicked. The photo loaded slowly, line by line, like my brain was trying to protect me from what I was about to see. A restaurant booth. Dim lighting. My wife Emma's unmistakable auburn hair catching the candlelight, and sitting across from her, holding her hand across the table, was Kevin Walsh, my business partner of 7 years. My hands went numb. I enlarged the image. Emma's face was tilted toward him with that specific smile I thought belonged only to me. The one where her eyes crinkled at the corners and her whole face softened. Kevin was leaning in close, his thumb stroking the back of her hand in slow circles. The timestamp on the photo said it was taken 4 hours ago. Thursday night. The night Emma told me she was having dinner with her sister Melissa to plan their mother's birthday party. I sat frozen in my home office, the blue light from the screen washing over me, making everything feel surreal and underwater. We'd been married for 9 years, together for 12. We had 2 kids sleeping upstairs, Olivia, age 7, and Jake, age 5. We had a mortgage, a golden retriever, season tickets to the Mariners. My phone buzzed. Another message from Tyler Bennett. "Man, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you. I'm friends with your wife's cousin Ashley. She told me what's been going on and said someone needed to let you know. There's more. Call me if you want to talk. 206-555-0147. My wife's cousin Ashley." I pulled up her Facebook profile. Sure enough, Tyler was in her friends list. His profile showed he worked as a physical therapist in Bellevue, had 2 kids, seemed like a regular guy, not a troll, not someone with an axe to grind. I looked at the photo again, zooming in on details I'd missed. Kevin's suit jacket draped over the back of the booth, the charcoal one I'd complimented him on last month. Emma's necklace, the one I'd given her for our anniversary in June, just 4 months ago. She'd told me she'd never take it off. The proposal I'd been working on sat abandoned on my screen. It was for a major client pitch Kevin and I had scheduled for next week. We'd been building our commercial real estate firm, Walsh and Patterson Development, from nothing since 2016. We'd survived the pandemic together, celebrated wins together. Our families had dinner together at least twice a month. I pulled up our joint bank account. Emma had used her debit card at Volterra, an upscale Italian place in downtown Seattle, at 7:23 p.m. The charge was $47.62. Not enough for 2 people unless someone else was paying. My hands were shaking now as I opened our phone records. We were on a family plan, and I had access to everything. I scrolled through Emma's call log. Kevin's number appeared 63 times in the past month. Calls ranging from 3 minutes to 47 minutes. Many of them during the day when I was at job sites, but some late at night, times when Emma would tell me she was going to bed early because she had a headache. I checked the dates. There was a call on September 12th, the day of Jake's soccer practice, when Emma said she'd stay home because she wasn't feeling well. A 32-minute call at 2:15 p.m., another on September 8th during her book club night. A 19-minute call at 10:47 p.m. My chest felt tight. I couldn't get enough air. I pulled up the text messages, but they'd been deleted. Both Emma's texts to Kevin and his to her, completely wiped from our phone records beyond the metadata showing messages had been sent. Someone had been careful. Someone knew I might check. The clock on my computer read 3:14 a.m. Emma was asleep in our bed upstairs. I could hear the house settling around me, the familiar creaks and sighs of the home we'd bought together 5 years ago. We'd painted every room ourselves, built the deck in the backyard, planted the garden where Olivia grew tomatoes every summer. I saved the photo Tyler had sent me and backed it up to 3 different locations. Then I took screenshots of the bank records, the phone logs, everything. My phone buzzed again. This time it was a text from an unknown number. "Hi Brian, this is Ashley, Emma's cousin. I gave Tyler your info. I'm so sorry. This has been going on since July. I only found out last week when I saw them together at a hotel bar in Tacoma. I've been sick about whether to tell you, but you deserve to know. Emma doesn't know that I know. Please don't tell her it was me. I don't want family drama, but I couldn't let this continue. There's a lot more. If you want to know everything, I'll tell you." July. 3 months. A quarter of a year. I thought about every moment since July. Our family vacation to the San Juan Islands in August. Jake's 5th birthday party in September, where Kevin and his wife Brianna had come over for cake. The company barbecue over Labor Day weekend, where Emma and I had hosted everyone at our house, where Kevin had helped me grill burgers and we'd laughed about him burning the brats. Every memory was now contaminated, rewritten with this new information. I typed back to Ashley, "Tell me everything." The response came immediately, like she'd been waiting. "They've been meeting at the Courtyard Marriott in Tacoma every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon. Kevin tells Brianna he's meeting with investors. Emma's been using her yoga class as cover. I have more photos if you need them. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons. Emma's yoga class. She'd started going in July, said she needed to work on her flexibility and stress relief." The phone buzzes again. Ashley. "I have recordings if you need them. Audio from when she practiced what to say to him. She used me as a sounding board before she realized I knew what was happening." My stomach turns. Emma practiced her affair, rehearsed it like lines in a play. I set the phone down and stare at the computer screen. The bank records still glow in front of me. 4762 at Voltega Coffee Shop, the place 2 blocks from the Marriott. The timestamp says 1:23 p.m. last Thursday. Emma picked up Olivia from school at 3:15 that day. I remember because Olivia had a dentist appointment and Emma texted me a photo of her holding her "no cavities" sticker. 2 hours between coffee and pickup. 2 hours at the Marriott. The office feels too small. The walls press in. I stand and walk to the window, looking down at 4th Avenue. A few cars pass. A homeless man pushes a shopping cart. Normal Thursday night in Seattle. Except my life is disintegrating in real time. My phone rings. Not a text, an actual call. I don't recognize the number, but it's local. 206 area code. "Hello? Brian Patterson?" A woman's voice. Older, maybe 50s. "Yes? This is Carol Bennett, Tyler's mother." I freeze. Tyler, the stranger who sent me the photo. "I'm calling because Tyler feels terrible about this whole situation," she continues. "He wanted me to reach out. He's not good with confrontation, never has been, but he felt you needed to know. Ashley is his girlfriend. They've been together 2 years. The pieces click together. Ashley's boyfriend witnessed the affair through her eyes, decided I deserve the truth. "Thank you," I manage. Tell him I appreciate it." "There's something else." Carol's voice drops. "Ashley has been documenting everything. Photos, recordings, dates, times. She's been building a file for months because she didn't know what to do. Emma is her cousin, but Ashley couldn't stand watching this happen to you and your children. Why didn't she tell me directly? She was scared. Family politics, you know. But when she told Tyler, he said someone had to do something, so he sent you that photo. I closed my eyes. Strangers have more integrity than my wife and business partner. Mrs. Bennett, can you tell Tyler I said thank you? Really? I will, honey. I'm sorry you're going through this. My husband did the same thing to me 20 years ago. I know how this feels. She hangs up. I stand there holding the phone, this lifeline to people I've never met who care more about my family than the two people who destroyed it. The computer dings. Email notification. It's from Ashley's account. Subject, everything. No message body, just attachments. 17 of them. I click the first one. It's a photo dated August 3rd. Emma and Kevin at a park I don't recognize. Her head on his shoulder, his arm around her waist. They're watching a sunset. The second, Emma and Kevin at a restaurant. Not Voltega, somewhere nicer. She's wearing the blue dress I bought her for our anniversary last year. Third, a screenshot of text messages. Emma to Ashley. I know this is wrong, but I've never felt this way before. Kevin understands me in ways Brian never has. My hands shake. I click through the rest. More photos, more screenshots. A video, 20 seconds of Emma and Kevin kissing in a parking lot. Another video of them walking hand in hand through Pike Place Market. The last file is an audio recording. I click it. Ashley's voice. So you're really going to leave him? Emma. I don't know. The kids complicate everything. And Brian's a good father. I can't take that away from him. Ashley. But you don't love him anymore? Long pause. Traffic sounds in the background. They're in a car. Emma. I don't think I ever did. Not like this. Kevin makes me feel alive. I close the laptop. Can't listen anymore. Can't look at any more evidence. The case is built. The prosecution rests. It's 3:47 a.m. In 3 hours, Emma will wake up. She'll shower, make coffee, get the kids ready for school. She'll kiss me on the cheek and ask about my day. She'll perform the role of wife and mother like she's been doing for 3 months. But I won't be performing anymore. I pull up Kevin's contact on my phone. My finger hovers over the call button. Then I stop. Calling him accomplishes nothing right now. He'll deny it, or he'll apologize, or he'll try to explain. None of those responses change the facts. Instead, I open my email and start a new message to David Brennan, the attorney who handled our business incorporation 7 years ago. He does family law too. David. Need to meet ASAP regarding divorce proceedings. High priority. Adultery situation with evidence. Please call me first thing tomorrow morning. I hit send before I can second guess it. Then I open another email to James Whitmore, the senior partner at Whitmore & Associates. They're the corporate attorneys who've been helping us with the Riverside project. James. Need urgent consultation regarding business partnership dissolution. Conflict of interest situation has emerged. Available to meet tomorrow afternoon. Send. The plan forms as I type. Divorce attorney in the morning. Corporate attorney in the afternoon. By tomorrow night, I'll know my options for both marriage and business. My phone buzzes. Text from Ashley. I'm sorry I waited so long. I should have told you in July when I first found out. I just didn't know how. I type back, you did the right thing. Thank you for the files. Do you need anything else? I think about this. What else is there? Did she ever talk about leaving me? 3 dots appear, disappear, appear again. Yes. She said she was waiting until after the holidays. Didn't want to ruin Christmas for the kids. So I had until December. Emma planned to destroy our family, but not until after Santa came. How thoughtful. One more thing, I type. Does Kevin's wife know? I don't think so. Emma said Kevin was going to tell her after your big project closed. He wanted to secure his money first. Of course. Kevin needs the Riverside deal to close. Needs his share of the commission, probably close to $200,000, before he blows up his marriage. Practical. Methodical. The same way he approaches every business deal. I wonder if he approached my wife the same way. Identified the opportunity, assessed the risk, executed the plan. The rage comes then. Not the numb shock from earlier. Real anger, hot and sharp. I want to drive to his house right now. Want to pound on the door until Brianna answers. Want to show her the photos, play her the recordings. Watch Kevin's life implode the way mine is imploding. But I don't move. Because rage is useless without strategy. Kevin taught me that, actually. One of his favorite sayings, emotion loses deals, strategy wins them. Fine, I'll be strategic. I pull up the Riverside project files on my computer. The deal is scheduled to close October 15th, 12 days from now. We've been working on it for 8 months. Kevin handles the investor relations. I handle the property acquisition and development planning. We're equal partners. 50-50 split on everything. But the operating agreement has a morality clause. We added it as a joke, really. A provision that allows either partner to buy out the other if there's conduct that damages the firm's reputation or creates a conflict of interest. I scroll through the document until I find Section 7.3, Partnership Dissolution for Cause. Either partner may initiate buyout proceedings if the other partner engages in conduct that A. Damages the reputation of the firm, B. Creates a conflict of interest that impairs business operations, or C. Violates the fiduciary duty owed to the partnership. Sleeping with your partner's wife probably qualifies as all three. The buyout formula is based on the firm's current valuation minus any pending deals, which means if I trigger this before Riverside closes, Kevin loses his share of that commission. $200,000. Gone. I lean back in my chair. The pieces are falling into place. Tomorrow morning, divorce attorney. Tomorrow afternoon, corporate attorney. Tomorrow evening, I'll know exactly how to dismantle both their lives with the same precision they used to dismantle mine. My phone buzzes one more time. Emma. Can't sleep. Coming down to check on you. I have maybe 30 seconds. I close all the windows on my computer, delete the browser history, and pull up a random property listing. When Emma appears in the doorway wearing her pajamas, I'm staring at commercial real estate specs like I've been doing all night. Hey, she says softly. It's almost 4. Come to bed. I look at her. Really look at her. The woman I married. The mother of my children. The stranger who's been living a double life for 3 months. Just finishing up, I say. Big day tomorrow. She has no idea how big. The notification from my phone pulls me back from the edge of the abyss. Another message from Ashley. I have something else. Voice memo from last week. Emma talking to her friend Melissa about the Spanish lessons. I open the audio file. Emma's voice, bright and conspiratorial. Honestly, the best part is how Brian thinks it's adorable that I'm learning Spanish. He bought me this expensive Rosetta Stone set for my birthday. Meanwhile, Kevin's teaching me all these phrases I'd never find in any textbook. Melissa's laugh. Like what? I'm not going to say them out loud in Starbucks, but let's just say they're not exactly where is the library type stuff. Kevin grew up speaking Spanish with his grandmother. His accent is incredible. Sometimes he'll whisper things to me and I just, Emma, oh my God. I know. But it's perfect cover, right? Twice a week, language exchange practice on video calls. Brian even asks me how my lessons are going. Last Tuesday, he walked by while Kevin and I were on a call, and I was like, practicing pronunciation. And Brian just smiled and closed the door to give me privacy. My stomach turns over. The Spanish lessons. Every Tuesday and Thursday evening, Emma sits at the kitchen table with her laptop and earbuds, notebook open, looking studious and determined. I've watched her practice, seen her write things down, heard her stumbling through phrases. I thought she was doing something good for herself, learning a new skill. She'd talked about wanting to be bilingual, about how it would help her career in hospitality management, about teaching the kids someday. I pull up our shared calendar. There it is, color-coded in cheerful yellow. Spanish practice every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. for the past 3 months. The same Tuesdays and Thursdays Ashley mentioned. The hotel meetings. I feel sick. The layers of deception keep multiplying. She wasn't just lying about where she was going. She was lying about what she was doing when she stayed home too. Those video calls weren't language practice. They were foreplay, planning sessions. Or maybe just another way to be together when they couldn't physically meet. And I encouraged it, supported it, bought her the damn software. I open my laptop and navigate to our shared cloud storage. Emma backs up everything automatically. Photos, documents, recordings. She's meticulous about it, paranoid about losing data ever since her old laptop crashed and she lost a year's worth of work files. I find the folder, Spanish Learning. Inside are dozens of audio files dated and time-stamped. Tuesday and Thursday evenings like clockwork, going back to early July. My cursor hovers over the most recent one. Thursday night. 3 days ago. I plug in headphones and click play. Kevin's voice comes through first, warm and intimate. Hola, mi amor. ¿Cómo estás? Emma's response, breathy and eager. Bien, bien. I missed you today. English or Spanish tonight? Mix it up. I like when you teach me new things. My hands are shaking. I should stop listening. I already know what this is. But I can't stop. Kevin laughs, low and familiar. It's the same laugh I've heard 1,000 times across conference tables, at job sites, at the bar after closing deals. Okay, repeat after me. Te deseo. Te deseo. Good. You know what that means? I want you. Exactly. Now try this. No puedo esperar para verte. Emma repeats it, stumbling slightly over the pronunciation. Kevin corrects her gently, makes her say it again. I can't wait to see you. Perfect. Tomorrow, right? Same place? Same place. Brian has that meeting with the structural engineer at 9, so I told him I had yoga at 8:30. Gives us almost 3 hours. I stop the recording. Close the laptop. Stand up. The home office suddenly feels too small, walls pressing in. I walk to the window, press my forehead against the cool glass. Outside, the neighborhood is dark and quiet. Normal people sleeping in their normal houses with their normal marriages. 3 hours. While I'm reviewing load-bearing calculations and foundation specs, my wife is in a hotel room with my business partner, practicing intimate Spanish phrases in person instead of over video chat. I go back to the laptop. Open another file, earlier in the timeline. August 14th. This one is different. Less conversation, more instruction. Kevin's voice has that patient, teaching quality. The subjunctive is tricky, but you'll get it. It's all about desire, doubt, emotion. Things that aren't certain. Like us, Emma says quietly. A pause. Yeah, like us. Kevin, do you think... She stops. Never mind. What? Do you think we're terrible people? I hold my breath. Kevin's answer comes slowly. I think we're people who found something real in a complicated situation. I think what I have with you is more honest than what I've had with Brianna in years. And I know you feel the same way about Brian. I do. God, I do. He's a good man, but he's not what you need. Not what I need, Emma echoes. Sometimes I look at him and I feel guilty, but then I remember how alive I feel with you, and the guilt just fades. After the holidays, Kevin says. We agreed. After the holidays, we do this right. Clean break, both of us. After the holidays, Emma confirms. The recording continues. They move back into actual Spanish instruction, vocabulary about feelings and future plans. But I've heard enough. I check the time. 4:23 a.m. In a few hours, Emma will wake up. She'll make coffee, get the kids ready for school, kiss me goodbye before I head to the office. She'll ask about my day. She'll probably mention her Spanish practice tonight, maybe show me a few phrases she's learned. And I'll smile and encourage her, like I always do. Except now I know. I download every audio file from the cloud folder to an external hard drive. All of them. 3 months of language lessons. Then I copy them to a second backup drive and email the most damning ones to myself at an account Emma doesn't know about. My phone buzzes. Ashley again. Are you okay? I know this is a lot. I type back, the Spanish lessons. They recorded everything. Oh, Emma's cloud backup? Every session. Hours of recordings. 3 dots appear, disappear, appear again. Finally. What are you going to do? I stare at the question. The sun will be up soon. Emma's family dinner is Saturday night, tomorrow. Her parents, her sister and brother-in-law, her aunt and uncle. The uncle who emigrated from Mexico 30 years ago. The aunt who still speaks Spanish at home. An idea forms, dark and precise. I need your help with something, I type. Can you find out if Emma's uncle Ramon is still coming to dinner tomorrow? Pretty sure he is. Why? Just confirm it, and find out if he's bringing Aunt Patricia. Okay, what are you planning? I look at the folder of audio files. Months of evidence. Months of Emma and Kevin practicing romantic dialogue, love declarations, intimate promises, all under the guise of language education. I'm going to give Emma a chance to demonstrate her Spanish skills, I write, in front of the whole family. Brian, what are you going to do? Exactly what she wanted, I type. I'm going to help her practice. I spend the next hour reviewing the recordings, taking notes. By the time I hear Emma stirring upstairs, I have a plan. Not just for tomorrow's dinner, but for everything that comes after. The Riverside deal closes October 15th. 9 days away. Kevin gets his commission, then I trigger the morality clause. The documentation Ashley provided combined with these recordings makes the conflict of interest undeniable. Kevin loses the partnership, loses the commission, loses everything. But first, tomorrow night. Emma's family dinner. Her parents' 35th wedding anniversary celebration. I have the perfect gift in mind. The recordings are organized by date in Emma's cloud backup. Each one labeled with Kevin's name and a timestamp. I scroll through them on my laptop. The screen brightness turned down low even though I'm alone in my home office. It's 11:47 p.m. Emma's asleep upstairs. The kids have been down for hours. I click on the most recent file. October 8th, 2 days ago. Kevin's face fills half the screen, that easy smile I've seen across conference tables for 7 years. Okay, let's practice the phrases I sent you. Emma giggles. Actually giggles. I'm terrible at the pronunciation. You're doing great. Come on, try this one. Mi haces tan feliz. Mi haces tan feliz? Emma's voice goes up at the end, uncertain. Perfect. You know what that means? You make me so happy. Say it again, with feeling this time. I watch Emma lean closer to her camera. Mi haces tan feliz, Kevin. Better. Now try. No puedo esperar para verte. My stomach turns. I already know what that means from the Google Translate tab I have open. I can't wait to see you. Emma repeats it. Then another phrase. Then another. Kevin, teaching her how to say she dreams about him. How to say his touch drives her crazy. How to say she's never felt this way before. Zero practical vocabulary. No asking for directions or ordering food or any of the things you'd actually learn in a language class. I check the file properties. 43 minutes long. I open another recording. September 24th. Same format. Kevin feeds her romantic phrases. Emma repeats them, both of them smiling like teenagers passing notes in class. When you finally meet my family, Kevin says in this one, you can whisper these things to me and no one will understand. That's so sneaky, Emma says. I love it. My mom's having everyone over for her birthday next month. I was thinking, Kevin, I can't meet your family, not yet. Why not? You said you were leaving him after the holidays. I am. But we have to be careful. Brian can't suspect anything before then. I pause the video. My hands are shaking. I close my laptop and sit in the dark for a long time. The family dinner is this Saturday. Emma's parents host one every month, rotating through the extended family. This time it's at her uncle Ramon's house in Kirkland. Ramon married a woman from Mexico City 20 years ago. Their kids are bilingual. Half the people there will speak Spanish fluently. Emma mentioned it last week over breakfast. Ramon's making his famous carnitas. You'll come, right? Wouldn't miss it, I said. She smiled, kissed my cheek, went back to scrolling her phone. I've been planning this moment since Ashley first handed me that envelope. The timing has to be perfect. The audience has to be right. And now, with these recordings, I have exactly what I need. Thursday morning, I stop by Best Buy. The kid at the electronics counter can't be older than 22. His name tag says Jordan. I need to play audio from my phone through a speaker system, I tell him. Something portable but with good quality. Clear enough for a room of about 30 people to hear. Jordan lights up. Oh yeah, I got you. You doing a presentation or something? Family event. He shows me 3 options. I pick the middle one. A Bluetooth speaker with excellent reviews. Small enough to fit in a bag. Loud enough to fill Ramon's living room. You'll want to test the connection before your event, Jordan says, as he rings me up. Sometimes phones can be finicky with Bluetooth. Good call, thanks. I test it in my car before driving to the office. The audio is crystal clear. Kevin's voice fills my Audi like he's sitting in the passenger seat. Emma's laughter sounds exactly like it does in our kitchen. Perfect. Friday night, Emma's in the shower. I'm in bed with my laptop, copying the most damning recording onto my phone. I pick the one from September 30th. 26 minutes of romantic Spanish phrases, ending with Kevin telling Emma he loves her and Emma saying it back. In Spanish, in English, both. The file transfers. I delete the email I sent myself. Clear the recently deleted folder. Close the laptop. Emma comes out wrapped in a towel, her hair dripping. You coming to bed soon? Yeah, just finishing some emails. Don't work too late. She kisses the top of my head. Her shampoo smells like coconut. The same shampoo she's used for 9 years. I wonder if Kevin knows that. If she's told him these small details. If he knows she hates the crusts on sandwiches, or that she cries at every Pixar movie, or that she talks in her sleep sometimes. Probably not. Probably he just knows the version of her that shows up at the Courtyard Marriott twice a week. The version that exists in hotel rooms and secret phone calls and romantic Spanish lessons. Good night, I say. She turns off the bathroom light. Slides into bed beside me. Within 10 minutes, her breathing evens out and she's asleep. I lie awake until 3 a.m. Saturday arrives cold and gray. October in Seattle. The kind of day where the clouds sit so low you can't tell where the sky ends and the sound begins. We load the kids into Emma's SUV at 4:30. Olivia's wearing her favorite purple dress. Jake has on his dinosaur shirt. Emma made brownies this morning, double batch, still warm in the glass pan wrapped with aluminum foil. You're quiet, Emma says, as we merge onto 520. Just tired. Rough week. The Riverside deal closes Monday, right? Tuesday. That's exciting. Kevin must be thrilled. I glance at her. She's looking out the window, casual, like she didn't just say her affair partner's name in front of our children. Yeah, I say. He's pretty excited. The Bluetooth speaker is in my messenger bag at my feet. I tested it again this morning. Fully charged. Audio file queued up and ready. We arrive at Ramon's at 5:15. His house is a sprawling ranch style in a neighborhood of tall pines. Cars already line both sides of the street. Emma's family goes big for these dinners. Ramon meets us at the door. He's a large man, barrel-chested, with a thick mustache and an easy laugh. Mija. He pulls Emma into a hug. And Brian. Good to see you, man. Thanks for having us, Ramon. Inside, the house smells like slow-cooked pork and corn tortillas. Kids run through the living room. Adults cluster in the kitchen and around the dining table. I count 28 people, maybe 30. Emma's mom, Patricia, takes the brownies. These look wonderful, honey. How are the Spanish lessons going? My pulse jumps. Emma laughs. Slowly, it's harder than I thought. You should practice with Ramon. He loves teaching people. Oh, I don't know. I'm still pretty basic. Nonsense, Patricia says. Ramon, come here. Emma needs to practice her Spanish with you. This is better than I planned. Ramon walks over, wiping his hands on a dish towel. You're learning Spanish? That's great. Say something. Emma's face goes pink. I'm not very good yet. Come on, just one phrase. The room has gone quiet. People are watching, smiling, encouraging. Emma clears her throat. Hola. Me llamo Emma. Ramon laughs, delighted. Excellent. See, you're doing fine. What else have you learned? Just basic stuff. Greetings mostly. I set my messenger bag on the coffee table. Actually, I say, Emma's been working really hard on her pronunciation. She's been doing these practice sessions with her tutor. I have some of them recorded. Emma's head snaps toward me. Brian, I thought it would be fun for everyone to hear how much you've improved. I pull out the Bluetooth speaker. Especially Ramon and Maria. They can give you feedback. That's really not necessary. But Ramon's already interested. Oh, I'd love to hear. Maria, come listen to Emma's Spanish lessons. Maria emerges from the kitchen. Ramon's wife, petite and elegant, a Spanish teacher at the local high school. Perfect. I connect my phone to the speaker. The Bluetooth pairs with a soft chime. Emma's standing frozen near the couch. Her face has gone from pink to white. Brian, please. It's okay, honey. Everyone's family here. I look at her. Really look at her. They should hear what you've been learning. I press play. Kevin's voice fills the living room, clear as a bell. Okay, let's practice the phrases I sent you. Emma's giggle. I'm terrible at the pronunciation. The room has gone completely silent. You're doing great. Come on, try this one. Mi haces tan feliz. Ramon's eyebrows go up. Maria's expression shifts from curious to confused. Emma's voice through the speaker. Mi haces tan feliz, Kevin. Perfect. You know what that means? You make me so happy. Patricia's hand goes to her mouth. Say it again, with feeling this time. I watch Emma. She's not moving, not breathing, just standing there as her voice plays for 30 people. Mi haces tan feliz, Kevin. Better, now try. No puedo esperar para verte. Maria translates automatically, her voice barely a whisper. I can't wait to see you. The recording continues. Phrase after phrase. Kevin's voice coaching, Emma's voice repeating. Romantic declarations. Intimate whispers. Nothing about ordering coffee or asking for directions. Ramon's face has gone dark. He looks from the speaker to Emma to me. Emma's father, standing near the fireplace, says, "What the hell is this?" The recording plays on. Kevin. When you finally meet my family, you can whisper these things to me and no one will understand. Emma. That's so sneaky. I love it. I let it play for 3 more minutes. Then I stop it. The silence is crushing. The silence stretches. Emma's face cycles through expressions. Confusion, recognition, horror. Her mouth opens, closes, opens again. Brian, I can... Uncle Ramon holds up one hand. His face has gone stone still. Espera, wait. He looks at Maria, who nods once, sharp. Play it again. I tap replay. Kevin's voice fills the room again. Te deseo tanto que me duele. Emma's response. Yo también. No puedo dejar de pensar en ti. Maria translates this time, her voice cutting. I cannot stop thinking about you. Someone drops silverware. The clatter sounds like breaking glass. Kevin again. ¿Cuándo puedo verte otra vez? When can I see you again? Ramon says flatly. Emma stands so fast her chair tips backward. It hits the hardwood with a crack that makes Olivia flinch. You don't understand. We understand Spanish perfectly well. Aunt Patricia's voice could freeze water. She's Emma's mother's sister, the one who helped plan our wedding. What we don't understand is why you're having romantic conversations with someone who isn't your husband. It's not what it sounds like. Emma's looking around the table, searching for allies, finding none. We were just practicing dialogue, for a class. It's acting, basically. You take things out of context. Mi amor. Maria repeats Kevin's words from the recording. My love. Mi corazón. My heart. Te necesito. I need you. She sets down her wine glass with careful precision. This is not vocabulary for ordering coffee, Emma. Emma's mother sits frozen, one hand pressed to her chest. Her father, Emma's dad, Tom, who taught me to golf, who calls me son, stares at his plate like it might have answers. How long? Emma's sister Claire asks. Her voice shakes. How long have you been? I'm not. Emma's backing toward the door now. You're all jumping to conclusions. Brian, tell them. Tell them this is July. I keep my voice level. Since July. The Spanish lessons started in September, every Tuesday and Thursday, sometimes Saturdays. I look at her mother. She told you she was at book club on Saturdays, right? Emma's mother nods slowly. Her eyes are wet. There's no book club, I say. There's a Courtyard Marriott on Highway 9, room 237 usually, sometimes 304. Stop, Emma's voice cracks. Stop talking. You're ruining everything. I'm ruining everything. I repeat it, tasting the words. They taste like ash. That's interesting, Claire stands. Emma, is this true? You don't understand. Emma's crying now, mascara tracking down her face. You don't know what it's like. Brian's always working, always distracted. I'm alone all the time with the kids in the house and… So you learned Spanish? Uncle Ramon's accent thickens when he's angry. I've never heard him angry before. You learned Spanish with another man? You practice love words? Kevin understands me. Emma's voice rises. He listens. He actually sees me. The room goes quiet again. Different quiet this time. Colder. Kevin. Emma's father speaks for the first time. Kevin Walsh? Your business partner, Brian? I nod. Jesus Christ. Tom pushes back from the table. Jesus Christ, Emma. Emma's mother makes a sound like something breaking. Claire moves to her side. Where are the kids? Patricia asks suddenly. Upstairs, I say, playing video games with headphones on. Thank God. She looks at Emma. Thank God they don't have to see this. Emma's still backing away. You're all acting like I'm some kind of monster. Like I'm the only person who's ever been unhappy. Like I'm… Unhappy? Claire's voice could cut steel. You were unhappy so you had an affair with Brian's business partner, and you made him look like a fool while you practiced Spanish love words? It wasn't like that. But Emma's voice has no conviction left. What was it like? I ask. The question surprises me. I didn't plan to engage. Explain it to me, to all of us. What was it like? She looks at me. Really looks at me. For a second I see something in her face. Regret, maybe. Or just regret at getting caught. I didn't mean for it to happen, she says quietly. But it did. I'm still calm, still controlled. It happened, for months, while I was working to provide for our family, while I was coaching Jake's soccer team, while I was helping Olivia with her math homework. You were learning Spanish from Kevin, practicing romantic dialogue, planning when you could see each other next. Brian, did you love him? The question comes from Emma's mother. Her voice breaks on the word love. Emma doesn't answer. That's answer enough. Emma's mother stands, one hand on the table for support. I think you should leave. Mom, leave, Emma. Go to your sister's house. Go to a hotel. I don't care. But leave. This is Brian's parents' house, Emma says. You can't kick me out. Actually, my mother speaks from the kitchen doorway. I didn't hear her come in. Don't know how long she's been standing there. I can, and I am. Get out of my house. Emma looks at my mother. They've always gotten along. My mom helped with both kids when they were babies, brought meals, babysat, called Emma her daughter. Mrs. Patterson, don't. My mother's voice shakes. Don't say another word, just leave. Emma grabs her purse from the side table. Her hands shake. I'll get my things tomorrow. No, I say it quietly. You'll get your things now. I'll wait in here. You have 20 minutes. 20 minutes? I can't pack everything in. 20 minutes for essentials. The rest we'll arrange through lawyers. The word lawyers makes it real, makes it final. Emma's face crumples. Please, she whispers. Can we talk about this? Alone? Without everyone? No. I'm still calm, still controlled. But something's shifting inside me. Something breaking loose. We're done talking. You had months to talk. Months to tell me you were unhappy. Months to tell me you wanted out. Instead, you learned Spanish. Instead, you practiced love words with Kevin. Instead, you made me look like an idiot while everyone knew. Ashley knew. Tyler knew. How many others? Emma doesn't answer. 20 minutes, I repeat. Starting now. She runs. I hear her footsteps on the stairs. Hear the bedroom door slam. The dining room stays quiet. Everyone's looking at me, waiting. I'm sorry. I don't know who I'm apologizing to. All of them. None of them. I'm sorry you had to see this. Had to be part of this. Don't apologize. Ramon's voice is gentle now. You did nothing wrong. I should have told you privately. Shouldn't have ambushed everyone at dinner. You gave her chances. Claire's crying now. God, Brian. You gave her so many chances, the book club, the sister dinners. All those nights she said she was with me. You knew? No. But she used me as an alibi. I can see it now. All the times she'd mention having dinner with me, and I'd have no idea what she was talking about. I thought I was going crazy. Patricia puts a hand on my shoulder. What do you need? What can we do? Nothing. I just need... I stop. I don't know what I need. I need to check on the kids. Make sure they're okay. I'll come with you, my mother says. We go upstairs together. The kids are in the playroom, exactly where I left them. Olivia's building something in Minecraft. Jake's watching YouTube videos on the tablet, headphones covering his ears. They look up when we enter. Both smile. When's dessert? Olivia asks. Soon, sweetheart. My mother's voice is steady. Your dad and I just wanted to check on you. Is Mom okay? Jake pulls off his headphones. We heard yelling. My chest tightens. Mom's fine. She's just packing some things. She's gonna stay somewhere else for a little while. Like a vacation. Olivia's eyes are wide. Sort of. I kneel beside her. We'll talk about it more tomorrow, okay? She nods, already turning back to her screen. But Jake's watching me. He's only 5, but he sees more than he should. Are you and Mom fighting? Yeah, buddy, we are. Because of the Spanish lessons? The air leaves my lungs. What do you know about Spanish lessons? Mom talks to Kevin on the computer. They laugh a lot. He shrugs. She said they're practicing Spanish. My mother's hand finds mine, squeezes. It's complicated, I tell Jake, but everything's going to be okay. He doesn't look convinced, neither am I. Downstairs, a door slams. Emma's leaving. I don't go down to say goodbye. The house feels enormous without them. Too quiet. I keep expecting to hear Jake's footsteps on the stairs or Olivia asking for help with her homework. Instead, there's just the hum of the refrigerator and the occasional creak of the foundation settling. It's 9:47 p.m. The kids are at my brother Tom's place in Kirkland. I dropped them off 3 hours ago with their overnight bags and a promise that this was temporary, that everything would be okay. Jake hugged me tight around the waist and whispered, Is Mom coming back? I told him I didn't know. Olivia didn't say anything, just watched me with those dark eyes that look too much like Emma's. My phone buzzes, a text from Kevin's number. We need to talk, face to face, tomorrow. I stare at the message for a full minute. The audacity is almost impressive. He thinks there's something left to discuss, some way to smooth this over like a business disagreement. Like he didn't spend the last 4 months sleeping with my wife while teaching her how to say I love you in Spanish. I don't respond. Instead, I open my laptop and pull up the partnership agreement our attorney drafted 7 years ago when we founded Patterson Walsh Development. Section 8.4, Dissolution and Buyout Provisions. Section 8.4c, Morality Clause. Either partner may initiate buyout proceedings if the other partner engages in conduct that creates a material conflict of interest or brings disrepute to the firm. Buyout price shall be determined by independent valuation, with the departing partner receiving fair market value for their equity stake, minus any damages incurred by the firm as a direct result of said conduct. I've read this paragraph maybe a dozen times since Saturday night. Each time I notice something new. Minus any damages incurred. That's the key phrase. Kevin doesn't just lose his partnership, he loses money. The Riverside project closes in 9 days. October 15th. Kevin's commission, $197,000. My commission, $197,000. But if I invoke the morality clause before closing, Kevin's out. His equity gets bought out at current valuation, which doesn't include pending deals. And I can argue that his conduct has damaged the firm's reputation, especially after what happened at the family dinner. My phone buzzes again. Not Kevin this time. Tyler Bennett. Ashley wanted me to check in. She feels terrible about everything. Wants you to know she's available if you need anything documented for lawyers. I type back, "Tell her thank you. I appreciate what she did. Couldn't have been easy." 3 dots appear, then disappear, then appear again. She says Emma's been calling her nonstop. Blocked her number. Emma's staying at the Sheraton downtown. Thought you should know. The Sheraton. Not with Kevin, then. That's interesting. Either he's not answering her calls either, or she's trying to maintain some appearance of independence. Probably the latter. Emma always cared deeply about how things looked. I close the laptop and walk to the kitchen. The dinner dishes from 3 nights ago are still in the sink, the aftermath of that family gathering. I haven't had the energy to clean them. Haven't had the energy for much of anything except sitting in my office, organizing evidence and making lists. The doorbell rings. I'm not expecting anyone. Tom would have called first. Emma has her key, though I should probably change the locks. I check my phone. No missed calls, no texts warning me of a visitor. Through the peephole, I see Brianna Walsh, Kevin's wife. My stomach drops. I haven't spoken to her since this all exploded. Wasn't sure if Kevin had told her yet, or if she'd heard through some other channel. The Seattle professional community is small. News travels. I open the door. Brianna looks like she hasn't slept. Her blonde hair is pulled back in a messy ponytail, and she's wearing yoga pants and an oversized Seahawk sweatshirt. No makeup. Her eyes are red-rimmed. "Can I come in?" Her voice is hoarse. I step aside. She walks past me into the living room, then stands there awkwardly like she's never been in this house before. She has, of course, dozens of times. Barbecues, birthday parties, New Year's Eve celebrations. Our family's intertwined for 7 years. "Kevin told you," I say. Not a question. She nods. "Sunday morning, after you played that recording." She laughs, but there's no humor in it. "Actually, he didn't tell me. I heard about it from Melissa Grant. She heard from her sister who was at your wife's family dinner. So I confronted him, and he admitted everything." "I'm sorry you had to find out that way." "Are you?" She turns to face me. "Because I'm not. If Melissa hadn't called, Kevin would still be lying to my face. He was planning to wait until after the Riverside deal closed. Did you know that?" I suspected. He had it all figured out. Brianna's voice is getting louder. "Get his commission. Tell me after the money was in the bank, file for divorce. He already talked to an attorney." "Did you know that either?" "I didn't. That's new information." "When?" "September 18th, 3 weeks ago." She pulls out her phone, shows me a photo of a credit card statement. Law offices of Patrick Brennan, $3,500 retainer. September 18th. Before I knew anything, while I was still buying Emma Rosetta Stone software and thinking our marriage was solid, Kevin was already planning his exit strategy. I want to help you, Brianna says. Whatever you're planning to do to him professionally, I want to help. Brianna, don't. She holds up her hand. Don't tell me to stay out of it or that this is between you and Kevin. He destroyed my marriage too. We have 2 kids. Dylan's 9, Sophie's 6. They worship their dad, and now I have to tell them that he's been lying to all of us for months. I think of Jake and Olivia at Tom's house. Jake asking if Mom was coming back. Olivia's silent, accusing stare. What do you want to do? I ask. I want him to lose everything. She says it calmly, matter-of-factly. The partnership, the commission, the respect. I want him to understand what he threw away. The morality clause. I know about the morality clause. Kevin told me about it Sunday night. He said you'd never use it because the firm would suffer. That you're too practical to blow up the business over personal issues. She pauses. Are you? Too practical? I think about the Riverside project. 8 months of work. Site acquisition, permitting, design review, investor presentations. Kevin handled most of the client interface. The Johnsons, the family selling the property, they like Kevin. Trust him. If I invoke the morality clause now, 9 days before closing, there's a risk they get spooked, a risk the deal falls apart. But there's also a risk in doing nothing, in letting Kevin walk away with $197,000 and a clean exit. I need to think about timing, I say carefully. Think fast. Brianna sits down on the couch uninvited. Because Kevin's planning to beat you to it. He's going to the Johnsons tomorrow morning. He's going to tell them you're having a personal crisis, a divorce, emotional instability, and that he's concerned about your ability to see the project through. He wants them to request that he handle the closing solo. The room tilts slightly. How do you know this? I heard him on the phone with his attorney this afternoon. He doesn't know I was listening. She pulls out her phone again, taps the screen. Kevin's voice fills my living room, tinny but clear through the speaker. Brian's going to be a mess for weeks. Divorce, custody battle, the whole thing. I tell the Johnsons I'm concerned about continuity, about making sure their deal doesn't get caught up in his personal drama. They'll appreciate the heads up. Then, after closing, I can transition out clean. Start my own firm, take the clients who prefer working with me anyway. Another voice, older, professional. And if Brian invokes the morality clause before closing? He won't. He's too invested in the Riverside deal. And even if he tries, I'll argue that his emotional state makes him incapable of sound business judgment. The partnership agreement requires both partners to agree on major decisions. I'll block any buyout attempt until after October 15th. Brianna stops the recording. I have 47 minutes of him talking to Patrick Brennan, all recorded Sunday and Monday. He thinks I'm too devastated to pay attention to what he's doing. I sit down across from her. My mind is racing through the partnership agreement, through Kevin's strategy, through the timeline, 9 days until closing. Kevin's planning to undermine me with the clients, position himself as the stable one, the trustworthy one. Can I have a copy of those recordings? I ask. Already emailed them to you. Check your personal account, not the firm one. I pull out my phone. There it is. An email from Brianna's personal Gmail with 7 audio files attached. What are you going to do? She asks. I think about Kevin teaching Emma Spanish, about the hotel receipts, about him planning his exit strategy while I was planning our family vacation, about him sitting in my office every morning for the last 4 months, drinking coffee I made, discussing projects, pretending to be my partner while sleeping with my wife. I'm going to call the Johnsons, I say, tonight, before Kevin gets to them tomorrow. And tell them what? The truth. I dial Richard Johnson at 10:17 p.m. It's late, but Richard's a night owl. I've gotten emails from him at 2 a.m. The phone rings 4 times before he picks up. Brian, everything okay? No, I say. It's not. But you need to hear this from me before you hear it from anyone else. I tell him everything. The affair. The recordings. Kevin's plan to undermine me with claims of instability. I keep my voice level, factual. I don't editorialize. Just facts, timestamps, evidence. Richard is quiet for a long time after I finish. Jesus, Brian, I'm sorry. I'm not calling for sympathy. I'm calling because the Riverside deal closes in 9 days, and you deserve to know that my partner has a conflict of interest. The morality clause in our partnership agreement allows me to buy him out. I'm invoking it effective immediately. Can you handle the closing solo? Yes. I've been managing the property acquisition and development planning from the start. Kevin handled investor relations, but I can step into that role. Or we can bring in another partner from Whitmore and Associates to assist. Your choice. Another pause. Let me talk to Susan. I'll call you back in an hour. He calls back in 43 minutes. We're good. You close the deal, we'll sign. But Brian? No drama, no complications. We just want this done clean. Understood. Thank you, Richard. The next morning, I'm in David Brennan's office at 8 a.m. The divorce attorney, no relation to Kevin's lawyer. David's in his 60s, gray-haired, with the weary eyes of someone who's seen every variation of human betrayal. I hand him the external hard drive. 3 months of documentation, phone records, bank statements, hotel receipts, audio recordings, photographs. Ashley Crawford, Emma's cousin, provided most of it. She witnessed the affair firsthand. David plugs in the drive, starts clicking through files. His expression doesn't change. Washington is a no-fault divorce state. This evidence won't affect the divorce itself, but it'll matter for custody and asset division. Infidelity demonstrates poor judgment, especially given the deception involved. I want primary custody. Emma can have visitation. The courts prefer joint custody unless there's evidence of harm to the children. Jake knew about the Spanish lessons. He mentioned it Saturday night. He's 5 years old and he knew his mother was talking to another man regularly. That's emotional harm. David makes a note. We can argue that. What about assets? The house is in both names, but I've made every mortgage payment from my business account. I want the house. She can have her car, her personal accounts, half the furniture. I'm not trying to destroy her financially. I just want my kids and my home. Spousal support? She has a job in hospitality management. She doesn't need my support. David nods. I'll draft the petition. We'll file by end of week. By Wednesday, Kevin knows. He shows up at the office at 7 a.m. before anyone else arrives. I'm already there, boxing up his personal items from his desk. You can't do this. His face is red. The Johnsons are my clients. We're your clients. I spoke to Richard Monday night. They're comfortable moving forward with me. I'll fight the morality clause. You can't prove conflict of interest. I pull out my phone, play 10 seconds of him teaching Emma Spanish. You were sleeping with my wife while conducting business on behalf of our firm. That's textbook conflict of interest. It also violates your fiduciary duty to the partnership. David Whitmore agrees. So does the mediator we've hired for valuation. Kevin's jaw works. How much? Current valuation is $1.2 million. Your 50% stake is worth $600,000, minus damages to the firm's reputation and my legal costs for dissolution. Figure $480,000, paid out over 5 years. That's insane. The Riverside Commission alone is mine. You're out effective immediately. The partnership agreement is clear. You engaged in conduct that created a material conflict of interest. You're lucky I'm offering a buyout at all instead of suing for damages. He takes a step toward me. For a second, I think he might actually swing. But he stops himself. 7 years of partnership, of friendship, of building something together. It all comes down to this moment in an empty office at dawn. Emma's leaving you anyway, he says. You know that, right? This doesn't change anything between us. There is no us, Kevin. There's you and a woman you had an affair with. That's not a relationship. That's just two people who made the same mistake. You don't know what we have. I know exactly what you have. I listen to 30 hours of recordings. I read the text messages. I saw the hotel receipts. You have chemistry and deception and Spanish lessons. You don't have history, you don't have children, you don't have a foundation, and now you don't have your marriage or your business either. I hand him a banker's box. Your personal items. You have until 5 p.m. to clear out. Security will escort you after that. He takes the box. His hands are shaking. This is a mistake, Brian. You're going to regret this. Maybe, but at least I'll regret it with my integrity intact. He leaves without another word. The Riverside deal closes October 15th without incident. The Johnsons sign. The investors wire funds. I walk away with $197,000 in commission and full control of Patterson Development. No more Walsh in the name. Emma's attorney contacts David 3 days later. She wants to negotiate custody. Wants the kids half-time. Wants spousal support because she's accustomed to a certain lifestyle. We settle out of court. I get primary custody. The kids live with me, spend alternating weekends with Emma. No spousal support. She keeps her car and her retirement account. I keep the house and my business. We split the savings 50-50. The divorce is final by Christmas. Kevin and Emma stay together for 6 months. I hear about it through Claire, who hears about it through family gossip. They get an apartment in Bellevue. Try to build something real out of what started as deception. It doesn't work. By April, Emma's calling Claire crying, saying Kevin isn't who she thought he was. That the magic is gone. That she made a terrible mistake. Claire tells her it's too late for regrets. Kevin starts a new development firm. It struggles. Turns out clients don't trust a man who betrayed his business partner. The Seattle commercial real estate community is small. People talk. Brianna gets the house, primary custody of Dylan and Sophie, and a generous settlement. Last I heard, she's dating a teacher from the kids' school. Someone stable, someone honest. I'm sitting in the backyard on a Saturday morning in June, watching Jake and Olivia play on the swing set I built in March. The grass needs mowing. The garden needs weeding. The deck could use another coat of stain, but the kids are laughing, and the sun is warm, and the coffee is strong. My phone buzzes. A text from Ashley. How are you doing? I type back. Good. Really good. She sends a thumbs up emoji, then, Tyler and I got engaged last night. Thought you should know. I smile. Two strangers who cared enough to tell the truth when it mattered. Congratulations. You two deserve happiness. Jake runs over, breathless. Dad, can we get ice cream later? Sure, buddy. Can we invite Uncle Tom and Aunt Rachel? Absolutely. He grins and races back to the swing set. I think about the last 8 months. The betrayal. The evidence gathering. The confrontation. The divorce. All of it necessary. All of it painful. But on the other side of that pain is this. A Saturday morning with my kids, a business I built back stronger, and the knowledge that I chose truth over comfort. Emma made her choices. Kevin made his. They chose deception, chose the easy thrill of something forbidden, chose to prioritize their desires over their commitments. I chose differently. Not because I'm better than them, I'm not. I'm just a man who got hurt and had to decide what kind of person to be in response. I could have ignored the evidence, pretended not to see. I could have stayed in a broken marriage for the kids' sake, let resentment poison everything. I could have destroyed Kevin professionally out of pure spite, burned every bridge, salted the earth. Instead, I chose clarity. I gathered facts. I made decisions based on evidence rather than emotion. I protected my children. I salvaged my business. I held people accountable for their actions while still leaving room for them to rebuild their own lives. That's not revenge. That's just consequence. The hardest lesson I've learned is this. You can't control what other people do. You can only control how you respond. Emma and Kevin chose betrayal. I chose documentation, strategy, and decisive action. They chose to destroy what they had. I chose to protect what remained. In the end, the truth didn't destroy my life. It saved it, because a life built on lies isn't worth preserving. Better to tear it down and rebuild on solid ground, even if the rebuilding is hard, even if it takes time, even if you have to do it alone. I'm not alone, though. I have my kids, I have my family, I have a business I'm proud of and a future I'm building one honest decision at a time. Olivia calls out, "Dad, watch this." She pumps her legs, swinging higher. I watch. I applaud. I'm present. That's what matters. Not the betrayal in the past, but the life I'm building in the present. Not the marriage that ended, but the father I choose to be every single day. The Spanish lessons taught Emma how to say, "I love you" to another man. They taught me something more valuable. That love without integrity is just words. That commitment means choosing the hard right over the easy wrong. That sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself, for your children, for everyone involved, is to speak the truth and let the consequences fall where they may. I finish my coffee. Call the kids inside for breakfast. Start another day. Not perfect, not painless, but honest. And that makes all the difference.